Hello and welcome back. My name is Crow and this is All the Mods 9 to the Sky. And this is episode 10. It's hard to believe that we're already 10 episodes in. First things, between episodes, I did a little bit of work and I upgraded my power systems a little bit. I still have the 3 frost generators, the 3 frost dynamos, but I crafted a fuel nullifier augment, which increases maximum output by 300%. So I'm getting, this is a 10%, 48, so I'm getting about 480 RF per tick when it's going full blast. And I made one of those for all of them. I still have the hardened integral components on this one, but I will upgrade that when I can, which actually should be pretty soon. I have the ability to make the Indirium, because the only real thing holding that back is the induction smelter, which I obviously have. So I will probably get to that sooner rather than later. I also, after I went and got the Crimson Iron from last time, in the Nether, I crafted my simulation chamber and my loot fabricator, and I got some wither skeleton skulls. My data metal, my wither skeleton data model was actually wasn't self-aware, but it was advanced just by the time I went and cleared out the nether fortresses. So it did not take long at all. So I'm going to have to today. First things first is going to summon the wither. I'm going to create a data model for the wither, and then summon him 6 times so I can then get basically automated nether stars. I'm going to summon him over here. I built a new platform over here. I should be able to get away with cheaping out on the corners a little bit. Maybe one more. Perfect. Alright, I'm just gonna sleep just in case. And actually, that reminds me, I don't know if we saw the thread of undying active, but it's one of the R's threads, and it basically gives me once per day, gives me a free totem of undying, kind of built into my armor. So it's pretty nice. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to, just as per usual with the other as per usual, which is kind of just the other things with the data models. I just need to right click on them. I do have my flight ritual going just in case. And guys, it's always so sketchy making the wither in a confined area, because you never know if he's going to all of a sudden just you know, flip out and escape. I did make a new sword as well. This is an Imperium sword. I don't know if I even have my... Oh boy. That was close. I was gonna say, I don't even know if I have any kind of healing active. Yeah, this is much better. Awesome. And there's the first one. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that I get essence when I kill things with my mystical agriculture sword. Very interesting. I kind of like to have like a different, like set of tools every time. So, I'm going to go silent gear for my pick, and then mystical agriculture for the sword. At some point I'll have to get an augment for the sword. I believe the only one that I can do for the sword is a strength augment, which is kind of like a just overall probably the best um, you know idea for a sword anyways. Only sharpness is usually a better enchantment for a sword in 90% of the situations anyways. So oops. Alright. And almost done. Okay, and now that this is done, you can just dump all this. I'll deal with that. Deal with that later. But what I can do is, now that this is done, I can get in nitro crystals, build a nitro reactor. Or sorry, not a nitro reactor. I don't have that much power. It's going to take a while. But we should see these things max out at least, which would be nice. All right, but what I can do is I can make a ender gates. And this is what's going to allow me to wirelessly transfer power. Yeah. Normally, Power requires you to kind of like craft and then upgrade through the tiers, but the Ender cells are unique in that they don't require that. So I figure I might as well just go straight to the best. I'll need another Ender core, tiny capacitor, dielectric case. Yep, so this one's 320, this one's 480, and that one should be 480 as well. Okay, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, what else do we have to do? I will, while this is cooking, I will work on something else, because what next needs to happen is I need to get into the summoning altar. And that means, unfortunately, summoning altar is easy, just logs and that. But what I need is, I want to do a transmutation circle, or tablet, or table. And that means this recipe right here. I now have the ability to make a dark nether star, because that's just the obsidian ingots, which is just the obsidian with iron. So that's easy. Blaze rods, of course, I got. Dragon's breath, I will need to go to the end. That's on the list. But Mana Steel, that's kind of the thing that I can't just go and do. Like, I could make an end cake or summon the R's end island and just go and kill the dragon pretty quickly. But the Mana Steel, that's what is going to be a little bit of a process. So that means I got to get into Botania, and so I think this is going to be like my little Botania area over here. I will. Alright, so I have a little bit of some stuff over here. Alright. Okay, I think, did I get them all? We'll find out. Oh, just the red one. Aha. Thank goodness. Okay. Go to sleep. And then I need to create a couple things. First one is a pure daisy. And to do that, I will need a petal apothecary. And I wonder if I can pipe into this. I think I can, but that's kind of a bummer. But I can still use this as a one of those guys. All right, and the white flowers. All right, and the way that this works is that you can plant the. Actually, I should be able to do this with my R spell. If I have it. All right, so I think it's 4. Yep. And then I might actually get a great. So the basics of Botania is you go and you have the pure daisy, you have some stone, you have some logs, and you just put them around. Doesn't really matter the orientation at all. You can tick accelerate this. I think it takes like 30 seconds or a minute or something like that. Yeah, that's still working its way down there. Okay, and I will need a mana spreader. Mana spreader. Okay, and I will need a mana pool. Okay. And I'll set up some automation for that in a little bit. But the main thing right now is that I have a mana splitter. Nope, can't do that yet. So I will need a mana pool. Mana spreader. I will need a Wand of the Forest. Which is 2, 3, 3. And okay. And then the last thing I need is some way of, so this holds the mana, this moves the mana, and so then I just need to generate the mana. And the fastest early, well, I mean, it's not fast, but the easiest thing to start is a Endoflame. I need 2 brown, a red, and a light gray. Light gray. So we'll just plant these, duplicate. Okay. What was the endo flame again? Two brown, a red, and a light gray. And then I also need seeds. Okay. All right. Cool. And these should automatically link to the mana spreader. Yeah, see, you can see it's kind of highlighted there. And then this is now linked to that. And then we just need to give it a little bit of gas. Now, something that I do need to do is I want to set up the last thing that I'll do today is to set up an automation for coal. I'm going to need a bunch of coal for the Eternus fuel later on. And so, hopefully, is this done? It is. Set up. But what I can do is, so I'm going to use alchemistry for my setup for this. So it's going to require a compactor and a dissolver. And the idea is that I'm going to use coal to make graphite. I'm going to take graphite and I'm going to pulverize it into graphite dust. Graphite dust can be dissolved into 8 graphite, and then 2 of those graphite can be used to make a coal. And which means that every coal that I then smelt and turn into graphite, every coal turns into 4 coal. And so I will be quadrupling my coal every cycle. So I'm going to get this all set up, and it should just be going in a loop. I have energy cables. Okay, so it's going to be, okay. So this is going to make graphite dust, and the graphite dust needs to be dissolved. Put this. So that's the graphite dust. It's going to be sent into the dissolver. The dissolver is going to send it into the compactor. The compactor will send it into put the coal, and then the coal will be sent into the redstone furnace. just traveling in this way forever. I believe these all require power. Yes. Okay, so I need this. So I now have an ender cell. This is going to receive power. But power ender cells, I actually need to give it a battery. And so I need to give it a basic energy cell. Oops. And so now it can hold 4 million epi, and that should be sent up top as well. Yep, there we go. And so now the real question is, if I pull in on the left, push down, and that's gonna in on that side, push in that way. This is going to pull. Oh, sorry, that is the east. I want to pull on the east. Then I want to push on the top. Will that work? That works. So this one wants to push west. There we go. Open recipe selection. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to use just regular coal. And then I'm going to be pushing to the east. And oops, I'm going to pull in the bottom. All right, well. And he wants to pull west. And then it should go, yeah. All right, so it looks like the thermal machines definitely pull better. And then push rather than dissolver. I might actually switch this around. Because I don't think that this will have any issues. Is this going to do it? Yeah, so he's going to push into that just fine. And he's going to push east. I don't think he's actually going to do it. he will push up. And he can pull east. And there we go. And that should give me infinite coal. It'll take a while before these buffers are full. But it looks like it'll work. He pulls east. Oh, pulls east. Is he? Yeah, he pulls east and he pushes west. Yeah. All right, and that's a cool little automation. Which means that once these back up with all the products, then this will start kind of backing up, and this will start kind of backing up, and then I can just feed in as much coal as I want to these little guys. So what I could do is I could turn these into floating ones and just basically cluster them kind of around here. And then I have an inside funnel that I can, because I can go on the bottom, so I can kind of pop up on top of here. I wonder if this will work. It should, right? I think I have to have a crate wrench. Alright, well, that's okay. Alright, yeah, see, I'm already backing up on the coal. So it looks like these two are going to be the bottlenecks right now anyways, because these things are just blasting through it, so. Cool. Alright, and then let's see if what we got as far as... Cool. So I have the 2 mana steel I need for my summoning altar to get my Philosopher's Stone. Now, looks like all I need is the Dragon's Breath, which means it is end time next time. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching. If you want to, go ahead and leave a comment or any tips or tricks that you can think of down in the comments. I'll read them all. And I guess until next time, take care.